Judges, are we good to go?
Yes, I have no problem.
Kindly start. Hello, kindly start.
3A, you can start.
You start.
3A, I think there's some network issues from your end.
Yeah, my audible. Hello.
Yes, you are now. Yes.
Hello.
Are you good to go?
Yeah, can you hear me? Like, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible now. Ashwati, please give the timing.
Can I start?
Ashwati? I think there's a network glitch at Ashwati's end as well. Anyways, 3A, you can start now.
To ponder upon the top insights, recognizing human identities through social media. Yes, you heard me right. Dragging you back to 1975, where Raj Narayan wrote to Indira Gandhi. Reflection of ideas, recognition of dialogues, and recognition of identities in turn. Now let's swim back, bridging the gap to 2020. A tweet by Raga to Namo, he writes, reflection of ideas, exchange of thoughts, and recognition of identities. Yes, you heard me right. A journey of identifying, a journey from writing with ink to typing letters, a journey of recognizing ourselves through the social media platform. Good morning to honorable judges, a virtual good morning to my dear components, opponents, and here I am there to present a topic that we are supposed to identify in the favor. I'll be talking in the favor that yes, humans are identified via the social media platform. My team code 3A is highly convinced that yes, our identity is by the social media platform. Now to start with, what is human identity? Human identity is a kaleidoscope of many different virtues, and social platform is a media that gives you to express your these components and share a network. To start with the first skill set that is a part of human identity, YouTube or apps like Flickr, they give you a chance to show your skill sets and people recognize you. Talking about the second, professional identity, that is a part of your human identity, apps like LinkedIn that you and me are on, apps like Skype that we share our ideas, that we talk on usually, that we conduct meetings on, are able to recognize the human identity. Apart from that, if we are talking about the social identity, then the Facebook, WhatsApp, that also give us an eventual identity to our personality, what we are, by sharing pictures, by sharing our identity, by sharing our images. So that also gives us a recognition. Apart from that, when we are talking about human identity, mindset is a very important part, and apps like Meetup give you a chance to form a network with people with same mindset. Then the second part of human identity is a skill set where you showcase the different values that you possess. The third, a different part, recognition part of human identity is forming communities, as cultural identity is your literal identity, your national identity, and apps and matrimony and dating sites that give you a chance to identify the person based on its ethnic identity. So these are the parts that form the human identity. Here we clearly see how the social media is justifying the recognition of the person. Coming up to few examples, in 2016, the IT cell of Bharatiya Janata Party spent almost around 2,000 crores on the eminent personality of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and the statistics states that his winning the election, the most social media today, he is recognized world. Apart that, the program that he conveys, by program by which he conveys his thoughts, his identities, his expression, Man Ki Baat is held through YouTube. That is again a social media platform, and he is recognized by that platform. When we're talking about social identity, when you're talking about reaching out to people, we cannot forget Sonu Sood, who reached out to so many people who came to him through this social media, and he recognized each of their needs, and he then up there. And apart from that, when we are talking about the social identity or the platforms, we gave justice to John Floyd, like hashtag Black Lives Matter. He was identified only by the social media or the social platform. Hashtag Me Too, Nirbhaya, may it be Gopal, Dr. Reddy, she was also given justice. Victims like these were given justice through the social media platforms only. When you're talking about identity, we also flaunt our sexual identity. People from LGBT communities, or be it a straight male or female, they are very happy to flaunt whatever they are, and we recognize them through the social media platform, through the blogs they write. That is also part of identifying identifying the human identity. Apart from that, the blogs that we write, the literature surveys that we carry, the experiments that we carry, the thesis that we carry, these are also mentioned in the blogs that we write, and people come to know what kind of person I am and what is my human identity with respect to my experience and with respect to my interests. And apps like Pinterest out there then help you join communities with same interests, and that is also a part of human identity. Apart from that, when we talk about GA, the most important social media platform, you and me always use Gmail. So yes, behind Gmail, it is you and me who is virtually connected to each other, and it is not a fake personality. So coming to the rebuttal, everyone who questioned about the recognition through the social media, I would like to ask them that would they also have their social media accounts, and even if they say that they do not have, so I would like to clear that today that we are taking a meeting on Team Microsoft. This is also a social media platform, and the judges are trying to identify us, our talents, our thoughts, and this is how I claim that yes, social media platform also helps to identify this human identity. Apart from that, opponent said the picture of Jammu, Kashmir and Jamia that has not been raised because of the social media, and we are involved in something else. But I would like to say that, my dear opponent, Jamia and Jammu, Kashmir and the CA and the women activism was only brought in front of the people just because of the social media, and hence we again said that social media has done justice to them. Someone talked about filters. I would also like to say the acid attack victims today flaunt their pictures in the social media, and that is their identity, and they are not ashamed of being an acid attack victim, and they do not use any kind of filters out there. So yes, social media is also giving them an identity. So what is a human identity? When you try to share something out of your humanity, so sharing, that is a part of social media. Humanity, that is a part of identity, and that makes how you are recognized with the help of media and in the world. So yes, recognition to a human identity that is more than the 50% of the world population which is on social media today. We cannot deny the fact that social media is not responsible for our individual identity.
Thank you, 3A.
Am I audible?
Yes, 7B. Just wait on for a minute.
Is the volume adequate?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Can I start?
Just wait for a minute.
Sure.
Ashwati, check the timings.
Yes. Judges, are we good to go? Yes, 7B. Kindly start.
The question of what human identity is deals with the question of self. Who are you? What does it mean to be who you are? What makes you yourself? How do you build and portray your identity? As simple as these questions sound, their answers are equally convoluted and multidimensional. No single aspect can make or break a person's identity, and thus I, 7B, firmly stand by the view that human identity cannot be solely recognized only through social media. Identity is often an amalgamation of traits, values, beliefs, qualities, the way you communicate, interact, relate, and adapt with people and circumstances around you. When you answer a question about yourself, how often do you find yourself saying that you're a man or you're a woman, you're a 21 age, your age is 21, you belong from Delhi, Mumbai or Pune, you're an Indian, you are a student of XYZ college, right? Thus associating ourselves with a gender, a age group, a nationality, religion, caste, qualification, etc. all make us the human entity that we are. It can be simply said that the characteristics of human identity are like the spectrum of seven colors, passing through the prism of life and coming out as one white light, making every individual their unique self, because no single color can ever has or ever can define the essence of a being. Similarly, with the introduction of social media, we as human beings see our identity often being mediated through technical devices. Mediated forms of social interaction have produced something of a split between the embodied and digital identities. These processes of self formation through social recognition are not newly discovered but have been widely recognized in the philosophical and history of recognition theory, from Johann Fichte to George Hegel to Axel Honneth and Paul Ricoeur. The history of recognition theory is relevant to the insights around the formation of identity with regard to digital profiles as well. So it can be simply said that we as human beings are living dual lives, the one in the physical realm and the other in the digital realm, thus making our digital identity our avatars, which in actuality only represent a fragment of our existence. Our avatar looks and sounds like us, but it's not really us. It's the persona that we adopt in order to fit into the acceptable norms and standards set by the society. Even most of you, with the best of intentions, eager to keep your avatars as authentic as possible, cannot ever present the full spectrum of who you are as a person into the social world, as we are just too complex and dynamic for that. So instead, we opt for presenting a most effective version of ourselves, which may differ from platform to platform. It is when we become robotic people pleasers that it becomes difficult to recognize our virtual selves. It is easy to get trapped into what Brett Ellis refers to the cult of likability, where we are hyper obsessed with earning followers and digital accolades at any price, even if it means denying and compromising a huge aspect of our human identity or personality. Ellis also writes that what is being erased in the reputation economy are the contradictions inherent in all of us. Those of us who reveal the flaws and inconsistencies become terrifying to others and become the ones who they have to avoid. So, in the research on the digital transformation of human identity by Peter Nagy and Bernadette Coles, it was stated that despite this rapid spread of virtual environment, no model has been developed to date to fully capture the complexity of human entity and identity. Coming to the contentions put forth by my learned opponents for the motion as well as against the motion, now they have jumbled the topic of this debate with the merits, demerits, and the addiction of social media, or how society perceives each other on the platform of social media, and have drifted away from the essence of the argument, which is not to condemn or appreciate the use of social media, but to debate over whether it can be the sole source of recognition of human identity. Now, social media may be the platform of expression of oneself, and it may facilitate the identification of potentials and talents of a creator, which represent only an aspect of our human identity. But the recognition of him as a person in whole is not viable at all. People will remember and recognize you how you became or how you helped them in the times of hopelessness or how you became their strength when they were weak. Your identity is more than the masks, facades, and filters that you confine yourself into the 3:3 ratio and frames of social media. In no way I'm denying the merits or demerits of the social media, but the crux of the argument here is that whether one can identify or associate or recognize a human only through his digital profile is absolutely baseless and blasphemous. For the creation and existence of a human identity, the very human touch is indispensable, and social media does nothing but curtail and clip the wings of one's existence and forces it into a set mold, limiting the human identity of its individuality and novelty. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, 7B. Next, we will move on to 1A and 4B.